Hello and welcome class 11th commerce students. Today in business studies we are going to discuss regarding the important documents used in the formation of a company, right? There are three basic documents which are required to be filled, or you can say filed, with the registrar of the companies in the formation of a public company. Okay, so these are: number one, memorandum of association; second is articles of association; and third is the prospectus. Right? We have already discussed regarding the memorandum and articles of association in the previous topics, where we have discussed regarding the importance of memorandum of association and articles of association and prospectus also. But here in this lecture I'm trying to give you all the details regarding the memorandum of association, articles of association and prospectus. Okay, so I'm making this video in three parts, right? The first part is regarding the memorandum of association, right? So as far as memorandum of association is concerned, the memorandum of association is the principal document of a company. Okay, here principal means main. Okay, main document of a company. Why? Because it is considered as the charter of the company. Okay, charter of the company means that it is giving you details regarding the activities, liability, name and other important information regarding the external affairs of the company with the outsiders. Okay, it contains the powers and objectives of the company. It also describes the scope of operation of the company. It is, or you can say, it can be altered, means it can be modified only according to the provisions made in the Companies Act 1956 regarding its alterations. That means once the memorandum of association is finalized, okay, it cannot be altered, it cannot be modified so easily as it is made. Okay, if urgent requirements are there, okay, to alter it, then prior permission of the registrar, okay, or prior permission of Companies Act through registrar is necessary regarding its alteration. Okay, memorandum of association provides information to outsiders such as creditors, suppliers, okay, the other stakeholders, etc., to know the limitations and scope of a company's dealing, okay, with the outsiders. It is also known as the doctrine of outdoor management. Okay, that means what and how the company is going to do regarding the management of outside activities of the company. Okay, for inside activities of the company, articles of association is there, but memorandum is a very basic, main and very important document as far as formation of a company is concerned, right? So I am writing some of the points which are considered to be the content of memorandum of association. Okay, so right, so I have written the main clauses under memorandum of association, right? So the memorandum of association, or in short it can be MOA. Okay, MOA contains the following clauses: name clause, situation clause, objective clause, liability clause, capital clause, and association clause. Here clause means condition. Okay, so as far as name clause is concerned, this clause contains the complete name of the company. Okay, the company can choose any name subject to the restrictions, number of restrictions. Okay, these restrictions are number one, the name of the company must end with the letter or word limited. Okay, whatsoever is the name of the company, that should contain limited in the end of it. In case the public limited company, and with word private limited in case the company is private limited. Okay, like this. Okay, XYZ limited, and second XYZ private limited. Okay, they can write PVT also, PVT Ltd. Okay, this is for public company and this is for private company. Number one thing. Okay, I'm repeating, the name of the company must end with the word limited. Okay, in case the public limited company, and with the word private limited in case the company is private limited. Okay, so they have to mention whether the company is private limited or just limited. Just limited means public company. Okay, second thing under name clause is the name should not be similar or identical to the name of any other company. Okay, this we have discussed when we were discussing the incorporation stage. Okay, then third is that the name should not contain the word cooperative. Okay, the name should not contain the word corporative. Okay, that should not be there. Okay, cooperative. Right. Fourth thing is the name should not convey any connection or link of the company with a government department. Okay, it should not carry, third thing, that it should not carry the word cooperative in its name. Okay, and third, it should not convey any connection. Name should not convey any connection or link of the company with a government department. Right? So these are the four things. Alteration is possible in future if company wants to alter or modify certain things regarding the name clause. Okay, so alteration of name clause is possible. A company can change its name by passing a special resolution and by obtaining a written approval of the central government, or you can say the registrar through Companies Act. Right? So this is what is the name clause contains. You will write your own notes. I'm just dictating it. Okay. Then second is the situation clause. Okay. It is also known as domicile. Domicile clause. Okay. Domicile where the company is actually situated. This clause contains the name of the state in which the registered office of the company is situated. Okay, state of the company. Okay, suppose the company is situated in Uttaranchal. Okay, so it should write Uttarakhand or Uttaranchal as the registered office or domicile clause. Okay, it is necessary because a company gets the registration from the state only. That is why state mentioning is necessary. The registered office is a place where all the important documents of the company are kept. Okay, a company must have a registered office when it starts its business activities or within 30 days of its registration. Okay, whichever is less. Okay, so before starting or just within 30 days of registration, that is incorporation. Alteration is also possible. Okay, in situation clause, suppose a company wants to transfer its registered office from one place to another. So by passing a special resolution, same, and by obtaining sanction or approval of the registrars of both the states, if the office is to be shifted from one state to another. Okay, and secondly, by passing a special resolution only if the office is to be shifted from one town to another in the same state. Okay, right? A special resolution plus approval of registrar if state is changing, right? And a special resolution, okay, means publishing in the newspaper that we are changing the registered office, okay, from one town to another town but in the same state, right? So these are the things. Third thing is the objects clause. Now what is objects clause? Object clause is basically a condition or a document which contains all the information regarding the objective of the company. Okay, it is not clear, I think. Private limited, now it is okay. So we are talking about object clause. It is the most important clause of the memorandum of association. Why important? Because it contains the main object or objective of the company, and it also contains other secondary objectives which the company may pursue in its activities. That means suppose manufacturing of petroleum, suppose, or refining of petroleum is the basic activity, but secondary activities are lubricants and all. Okay, so it is the most important document, number one thing. Second thing, it contains the main objective of the company and other secondary objectives of the company which the company may pursue in future. This clause defines the scope and limitations of the activities of the company. Okay, that means it defines what are the scope, that what are the activities under the area of activities of that particular company, and what are the limitation, what other activities which the company will not do. Okay, the objects of the company must be legal. That means objective must be legal activity. Okay, secondly, the objective should not be contrary to the provisions of any law. Okay, that means it should not contain anything, or it should not specify anything which is not permissible by law. the object must not be immoral also. Okay, it should be morally justified. Okay, it should not hamper these moral or sentiments of anyone. Okay, then alteration in this clause is also possible. In order to alter its objective, a company must pass a special resolution and obtain the permission of the company's law board, that means the registrar through Companies Act, right? Then we are coming towards liability clause. What is liability clause? Liability clause is basically a clause which defines the liability of the members of the company. Okay, who are the members? Directors, shareholders, everyone. Okay, these are called, not the employees, okay, are the members of the company. In case of companies limited by shares, the liability of member is limited to the extent of unpaid amount of their share capital. Okay, that means if I am a shareholder of this XYZ Limited, the share I am holding suppose 10 shares. Okay, so that means I am a member of this particular company. Okay, suppose I have just paid 7 rupees, okay, out of 10 rupees per share, I have just paid 7 rupees per share to the company. So my liability is limited up to 3 rupees which are left to be paid to the company. Okay, that means my liability to pay to the company is up to 3 rupees per share, right? Let us take one more example. If a person is having 1000 shares of the face value, that means release value, rupees 10 each, and he has paid rupees 7 only per share, then at the time of winding up of the company, end of the company, his liability will be rupees 3000. That means 3 rupees multiplied by 1000 shares, right? In case of a company limited by guarantee, the liability is limited to the amount of guarantee given by each member. Okay, one we have discussed the companies limited by shares, and second company limited by guarantee. So if I have given the guarantee to pay 1000 rupees, so at the time of winding up of the company, I'll pay only 1000. Okay, alteration of liability clause is relating to if a company wants to make an alteration in its liability clause, then it must pass an unanimous resolution, okay, in a meeting of its members. That means it should open to all so that everybody can understand the meaning of resolution, right? Right? So this is what is about the liability clause. Fine. Now we'll discuss the capital clause. If we talk about the capital clause means the investment. Capital means the investment made by the company to form it. This clause specifies the amount of share capital with which the company is to be registered. Okay, the capital with which a company is registered is called registered or authorized or nominal capital. Okay, registered, authorized or nominal capital, right? A company can issue only that number of shares which are authorized by its memorandum of association. Okay, so this is what is capital clause, right? So capital clause contains the amount by which the company is going to start or registered with the registrar of the company regarding the registered capital. Okay, So this is called registered capital, authorized capital, or nominal capital. One and the same thing. Alteration in capital clause is usually done. How it is done? A company can alter its capital clause by passing a special resolution and by obtaining the approval of Registrar of the Companies Act 1956. Okay, suppose a company wants to start with 200 crores of its initial capital. So the initial investment by which the company is registered is registered capital or authorized capital or nominal capital. Okay, you can name any. There are three names similar, right? In future, if that company wants to expand its capital structure, then they can go for further permission. Okay, with that permission, they can increase the capital, right? Then we are discussing the association clause, right? Association clause is also known as subscription clause, right? Subscription clause. Then what is subscription clause? This clause contains the declaration by the directors of the company stating that we, the several persons whose names and addresses are submitted, are desirous of being formed into a company in accordance with the memorandum of association, and we undertake to take qualification shares. Okay, basically that means subscription clause. In subscription clause or association clause, the directors are disclosing, okay, and agreeing their association with the company as directors. To become director, we have already discussed, to become director it is necessary to obtain qualification shares. Okay, so they are subscribing, they are giving their permission, they are agreeing upon that we are ready, desirous to obtain the subscription of the shares as qualification shares of the company, right? So that means they are making a declaration, and this declaration must be signed by all the directors of the company, right? So this is what is association or subscription clause. If we talk about the alteration of association clause, this clause, only this clause out of these 5 clauses is not possible. Okay, so that means this clause cannot be altered. Once a particular person has become or subscribed for the qualification shares, that name cannot be eliminated. Okay, before or in future, if it is necessary, then further information by the company, other company directors are necessary to put to the registrar of the company. Okay, otherwise this clause remain the same, it cannot be altered. So we have discussed name clause, situation clause, object, liability, capital, and association. Name clause relating to the name with the letter limited, okay, with the word limited or private limited, okay, and we have discussed 3-4 things relating to it. So it should not be similar to other names, it should not be identical, okay, it should not contain the word cooperative, okay, it should not be it should not tell any link, it should not establish any link or connection with government department. This we have discussed. Then situation clause is related with where the company is having their registered office, mentioning of the state, okay, and how that can be changed, we have discussed, okay. Then in object clause they have to mention the very important document, we have discussed this thing, okay. Object clause is related with the objective of the company, okay, objective or the purpose of the company along with primary objective, okay, and secondary objective, okay, for which the company is registered. Okay, then liability clause is declaring the liability of the members of the company towards the company, how much they will pay as the shareholders or the members of the company. Okay, other than that they are not liable to pay. Okay, other thing we have discussed, so we have discussed on the basis of share and on the basis of guarantee. Okay, if they have taken the guarantee of a particular amount, then that amount they will pay. Okay, then capital clause means registered authorized capital or nominal capital, okay, a company registered with. Okay, and the association clause is, or subscription clause tells the or declare the association of the directors with the company, right? So this is what is about the memorandum of association. Okay, please note down all these 6 points and the other things which I have covered in the lecture. You please note down somewhere, make a soft copy of it, okay, or somewhere you can note down, fine. And if you will feel uncomfortable in making those notes, please do tell me so that I can forward you a Word document file so that you can make notes of it, right, relating to memorandum of association, right. First you note down all these things. Right, I hope you have written all these things. Now we will discuss the articles of association. So as the memorandum of association deals with the external activities or the relation of the company with the outsiders, articles of association deals with the rules and regulation of internal management, right? So we are discussing the articles of association. In short, it can be AOA, right? So articles of association contains rules and regulation regarding the management of the company's internal affairs. Okay, it defines the powers, duties and the rights of the managers, officers and the board of directors. Okay, it defines the powers, duties, rights of managers, officers and board of directors of the company, right? Generally all the companies prepare their own articles of association. Okay, but in case companies do not want to prepare their own articles of association, okay, then they can select any one article of association given in table F of Companies Act. Okay, in table F, what is table F? Okay, in table F of Companies Act, 99 model sets of articles of association are given. Okay, 99 model sets of articles of association. So companies can select any one from these 99 sets. The article of association must be signed by all the directors of the company. It must be duly attested by any two witnesses. Okay, and then articles of association is also known as bylaws of a company. Bylaws. Okay, bylaws of companies. Bylaws means any document which is containing rules and regulation of the company for the internal management, right? Bylaws of the company or doctrine of indoor management. Okay, doctrine of internal management, right? Doctrine of, not O, this is whole T, doctrine of internal management. This article of association contains the articles, okay, which are divided into different paragraphs, and paragraphs are numbered. Okay, let me make the clauses of articles of association a format, right? Right, so here are the 14 points, right? The amount of capital and different clauses of shares, okay, rights of each type of shareholder, okay, then, or you can write shareholders, then procedure for making allotment of shares, how the shares will be allotted to the shareholders, what are their types, okay, whether they are equity shareholders, preference shareholders, or redeemable, non-redeemable, okay, or amount of capital, how that is bifurcated, then how allotment means providing of shares will be done, what is the process of issuing share certificates, what will be the process or procedure for transfer of share if somebody wants to transfer his shares to another, then what is the procedure for forfeiture means to taken back the shares, reissue of taken back or forfeited shares procedure, then procedure for conducting meeting, okay, procedure for appointment and removal of any director, okay, then procedure for declaration and payment of dividend to the shareholders, okay, dividend is part of their profit, and procedure for regarding the winding up of the company, and procedure regarding bookkeeping or how to maintain the accounts of the company, okay, and then procedure regarding bookkeeping, and then duties, powers and remuneration payment of directors, and at last seal of the company, that means the stamp of the company. So here are the main contents of article of association clause, okay, so these are 14 altogether, 14 clauses, 14 contents, okay. I want you to please write down, note it very carefully, discuss it with me if you are having any problem, okay. Keep learning, keep revising, and do take care of yourself. Thank you very much.